In the late 1970s, professional fast bowling was a grueling trade. You spent your days pounding down worn, grassy pitches, your body taking a physical beating, while your whites were stained with sweat and dirt. Athletes from South Asia were respected as fierce competitors on the field, but they remained entirely separate from the Western cultural mainstream. Then came Imran Khan. With an Oxford education and undeniable charisma, he crossed a social line no player from his region had ever approached. His life off the pitch shifted to Mayfair. He traded the humid stadiums of the subcontinent for the exclusive neon-lit corridors of London's high-end districts. This split between athletic labor and high society luxury created a persona that fascinated the Western press, but left many in his conservative homeland deeply skeptical. Within months, he was a fixture in London's most exclusive circles, holding court at members-only venues like Annabelle's and Tramp. These weren't just bars, they were the private playgrounds of the global elite. Khan moved effortlessly through this nightclub circuit, counting international billionaires and film stars as his peers. He integrated into the highest levels of the British aristocracy, forming connections that eventually reached the inner circle of the royal family. Fleet Street became obsessed. Tabloid photographers tracked his every arrival and late-night exit, turning his social life into front-page news. That media coverage resonated all the way back to Pakistan. In a traditional society, the images of their star player navigating the London party scene were met with mounting concern. But this lifestyle presented a physical contradiction. Fast bowling at the highest level requires a body at its peak. The toll of the London night should have made his 90-mile-per-hour pace impossible. The papers described a man entirely consumed by the temptations of the high life, a socialite drifting from one gala to the next. The reality was different. Behind the doors of those clubs, Khan maintained a rigid personal code. He never drank alcohol and he never smoked. While the rest of the elite crowd stayed until dawn, he would leave the gatherings long before the late-night excess could impact his conditioning. His real work began while the city slept. He spent his mornings isolated in the freezing English fog. He subjected himself to a punishing physical regimen. He was in the gym or running miles every single morning without fail, to ensure he remained lethal on the pitch. The glamour was merely a jacket he wore. Underneath, his identity was defined by the hyper-disciplined routines of a professional athlete. Navigating the pressures of the London spotlight proved that his focus was resilient. He could stand at the center of the world's attention and remain unaffected by the environment around him. This chart shows the national team's win percentages through the 1980s. It was a statistical collapse. The losses were driven by an internal breakdown. Bitter rivalries and clashing egos were tearing the squad apart, leaving the team splintered. That chaos spilled out into the public eye. There was a sense of visible anarchy surrounding the sport in Pakistan. To lead a group of clashing personalities, the team needed someone whose character had already been tested by the world's most intoxicating pressures and remained unbroken. In a desperate move to restore order, the nation handed Imran Khan a total mandate and the captaincy of the fractured team. The secret discipline he had forged in those foggy London mornings became his primary tool. He used that same intensity to enforce a new standard of behavior and command respect from every player in the room. When he returned to the pitch, the Playboy Prince era was over. He was now a battle-ready commander. While the West was captivated by the myth of his glamorous social life, they had entirely missed the reality. He wasn't just a star of the London night, he was a leader preparing to conquer the cricket world.